Vanna White, the legendary co-host of Wheel of Fortune, has always captivated millions with her sophisticated looks and flashy attire. However, recent discussions about her future on the show have caused a great deal of speculation and anxiety among viewers. What information has Vanna revealed about her life outside of driving and her career? For almost 30 years, Vanna White has been a beloved and well-known face on Wheel of Fortune, supporting contestants and flipping letters. Her recent disclosure raises many questions about the demands and secrets held in the background. Let's begin the story at the beginning and follow her from her rise to fame to her unexpected admission. Potential star, long before she became the beloved letter-turning symbol on the Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White had dreams of being famous. At the age of 10, Vanna told her family about her goals after being inspired by her uncle, actor Christopher George from the television show Rat Patrol. "I always yearned to be on TV. Well, I wanted to be a movie star. I shouldn't say on TV. I had my appendix removed about 10 years old, and I was healing on the couch. Rat Patrol was a TV program on that which was on." "It's your Uncle Christopher George on TV," my mother said in the kitchen preparing supper, and it stayed with me. Wow, I have an uncle on TV, I thought. I'd want to be on TV. This early fixation on the entertainment sector set the stage for a career marked by drive, perseverance, and a dash of serendipity. Vanna was born on February 18, 1957, in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. She experienced familial issues early on. She was raised by her stepfather, whom she believed to be her biological father, until she was 12 years old, after her birth father left when she was a toddler. Vanna recalls being surprised by this realization. Despite her own volatility, her family's support became a foundation in her life, providing stability and encouragement as she navigated her early goals. "I thought he was my father since this man had raised me for 12 years. In 1980, Vanna left the comforts of South Carolina for Los Angeles in pursuit of her objective. The path to victory, however, was not easy. Financial difficulties shortly after her move forced her to temporarily return home until her mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. During this difficult period, Vanna openly admitted, "I was too proud to ask my dad for rent money and I couldn't pay the rent." In order to make ends meet, she began modeling lingerie, a decision driven by necessity that would ultimately resurface in unexpected ways. She also had a brief cameo on television. Vanna competed on The Price is Right in 1980. Even though she didn't win, her performance served as her introduction to game shows, setting the stage for her future career on television. Vanna's determination remained unwavering despite these obstacles. When she was chosen to co-host Wheel of Fortune in 1982 out of 200 applicants, it was her big break. This opportunity marked a significant turning point in her career and brought her to the attention of the country. More significantly, though, was her unwavering perseverance, which enabled her to move from a failing actor to a television mainstay. Vanna's grace and charisma on the show swiftly attracted millions of viewers, making her a household name almost instantly. Around 1986, the phenomenon commonly referred to as Vanna-mania began. Vanna was making appearances on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show and appearing in Newsweek and People magazines. Vanna was surprised when she reflected on this whirlwind of fame. "I ended up chatting and socializing a lot because Pat was bashful. I was thus doing all the interviews, and all of a sudden it turned into this Vanna-mania phenomenon. So thanks, Pat," she said. As her celebrity continued to grow, Vanna White remained grounded, never forgetting the early support she received and the challenging paths she had to traverse. Her journey from an enthusiastic young child watching Rat Patrol to becoming a well-known television celebrity truly exemplifies her enduring appeal and unwavering enthusiasm, inspiring many people who aspire to make a difference in the world. Beneath the glamour, benevolent of the alphabet tiles. Beneath the glamour, behind the dazzling sequin dresses, and behind the steady, graceful stride across the Wheel of Fortune stage, Vanna White's duty extends beyond what initially meets the eye. Her monthly appearance on one of America's most popular game shows contributed to her legendary image, but so did her ability to combine charm, astute communication, and acute audience awareness. Vanna once remarked of her television persona and how she keeps herself dedicated to giving her best effort. "When I'm at work, it's work, work, work." Her on-screen persona was established from the beginning to be both amiable and subtle, which makes her an organic yet subtly potent part of the show. I keep personal items separate from the performance. Vanna's role changed along with Wheel of Fortune. She was previously a charming fixture, well-groomed, captivating, but distant. But as her name gained popularity, so did public interest in the woman who turned the letters. In the mid-1980s, Vanna's popularity and the quiet display of her off-screen persona led to what was known as Vanna Mania. Her picture appeared on the covers of numerous magazines, and she began making frequent appearances on talk shows, including the well-known Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. This exposure gave her public image layers and made her a sensation outside of the game show. Her 1987 book, Vanna Speaks, marked a sea change in her life, allowing the curtain to lift. In it, Vanna shared the triumphs and setbacks of her career and personal journey, revealing both her strengths and weaknesses, serving as a sort of "here I am" from Vanna. Her admirers loved her even more because they saw her as more than just a television personality. They might even see her as a human being with relevant experience. Vanna White's glamorous persona is meticulously crafted, from her wardrobe choices, which she does not keep despite the fact that she has worn dozens of costumes, to her poise on stage. In 1992, she was inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most frequently used clapper in record-setting recognition of her contribution on television. However, the journey was not without difficulties, as she faced significant personal losses, including the tragic death of her lover, John Gibson. It was simply awful. She reflected on those challenging personal years. Following Gibson's death, Vanna married restaurateur George San Pietro in 1990, and the two had two children, Nicholas in 1994 and Giovanna in 1997, before divorcing in 2002. A few years later, Vanna was temporarily employed to help Michael Kay, a financial wizard. Her ability to remain composed and professional in the face of personal loss and the demands of celebrity is evidence of her will and dedication to her role on Wheel of Fortune. She never married, but she found stability once more with John Donaldson, a real estate entrepreneur with whom she began a long-term relationship. The point of convergence, the pivotal moment in Vanna White's career, undoubtedly occurred in 1982, when she appeared on the Wheel of Fortune set to replace Susan Stafford as co-host. This was not just her new job, it was the beginning of a legendary career that would make her one of America's most recognizable faces. "I beat out 200 other women for the spot," Vanna said, emphasizing the intense competition she faced in her quest for this career-defining position. This change marked a significant turning point in both her career and the fundamental structure of the show. Her contribution went beyond simple letter writing. She became a significant contributor to the program's appeal, her presence a constant and comforting factor in the homes of millions of Americans every night. Despite all the glory and glitzy gowns, Vanna's approach has always been about being part of a family. America welcomes into their home every evening. Her influence was felt immediately and profoundly, and Wheel of Fortune became a mainstay of American television as she settled with her performance. Vanna herself became a symbol of the program, her identity entwined with the evening wheel spin. There's a lot of correspondence from people asking, "Oh my gosh, where can I get that dress?" There were also challenges in the early Wheel of Fortune years. Nevertheless, Vanna had to deal with the pressures of sudden fame and the duties of being a TV personality. With the release of her autobiography, Vanna Speaks, in 1987, Vanna ventured into the world of literature in addition to her work on television. This book strengthened her relationship with the public on a personal and professional level, by enabling her to share her story in her own words. Her audience found her more enticing because she was transparent about the highs and lows of her life, which enhanced her public image. Over the years, Vanna's role on Wheel of Fortune evolved. She began engaging with the contestants more, adding a human touch to her connections, which the audience adored. Her kind manner and genuine warmth added a personal touch to the excitement of the game show, and viewers began to look forward to it. In 2006, Vanna was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in recognition of her contributions to the entertainment industry. Her influence extends beyond American audiences. In recognition of her global fame and contributions to the entertainment industry, she was inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame that same year, and was honored with stars on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars. Vanna was on her way to becoming a television celebrity when she started Wheel of Fortune. This part not only forever transformed American popular culture, but it also changed her life. Her statement, "This is where it gets interesting," White's career has been the subject of a great deal of curiosity and speculation, particularly since Pat Sajak announced that he would be departing the game show after 42 years of hosting it. Among the modifications, audiences and the media have been particularly concerned about Vanna White's future on the show. Vanna has not stated that she intends to leave the program, in contrast to rumors and speculation. Instead, her most recent remarks and actions point to a presence that will bring familiarity and stability to Wheel of Fortune as it enters a new era. In a candid interview with People magazine, Vanna shared her initial thoughts on Sajak's retirement, revealing the emotional and professional turmoil it caused her. White responded, "Of course, it's a thought," in reference to her own retirement. The intensity of her attachment with Sajak and her initial worries about her future without him by her side are captured in her hesitant statement, "Well, wait. What is my action if you are leaving? How am I to survive without you?" After determining that she was not prepared to retire in light of these considerations, Vanna made the decision to remain a regular on the well-known game show. This decision was highlighted by her enthusiasm for the next co-host, Ryan Seast. Seast will take over hosting duties in place of Sajak. Vanna spoke highly of Seast, describing him as nice and professional and expressing her hope that he would join the program. She recounted a conversation she had with Seast in which he convinced her of his intentions. "Look, I'm not going in to try to take Pat's place. I'm not going in to replace Pat. No one could ever replace him. I'm excited to work with him. He says he's coming in to keep the show going and to do a good job." This exchange highlights Vanna's supporting role and her willingness to accept new dynamics on the set, which helps to explain her confidence in her ongoing involvement. Vanna White has formally committed to remaining on Wheel of Fortune through the 2025 to 2026 season. This contract extension clearly demonstrates her desire to continue contributing to the program's history and engaging with the millions of viewers each night. It also explained why she left Wheel of Fortune. Viewers were concerned about Vanna White's disappearance because she left the show for 5 episodes. It was then explained that the reason was her positive viral test. "We are celebrating this year with Pat and all the good times, all the 41 years, all the memories," Vanna said in reference to the upcoming season, which is the last one under Sajak. She expressed conflicting feelings about the celebrations, saying, "We're going to be doing some incredible stuff to say goodbye to Pat at the end of the season." Even if she is open to the changes, it is evident from Vanna's remarks that she still values the history and memories that were passed down on set because of her strong bond with Sajak and the program. Vanna White's decision to stay ensures that Wheel of Fortune maintains some of its core qualities as she accepts the impending changes with poise and hope. In addition to giving fans a familiar face next to the new presenter, her presence will undoubtedly aid in their adjustment. White's cultural impact and effect go well beyond Wheel of Fortune. She has had a significant impact on popular culture and is currently present in a wide range of media. Vanna had a noticeable impact on the film and television industries. She has been featured in numerous TV shows and movies and is frequently regarded as the archetypal game show co-host. Her renowned appearance on The Simpsons, a cartoon series that featured a character clearly inspired by Vanna in a Wheel of Fortune parody, spun letters with a robotic accuracy that humorously overstated her fluid performance on the show. Additionally, she has frequently been the subject of impersonation on Saturday Night Live. In an attempt to mimic her elegance and distinctive letter-exposing style, several sketches have shown cast members with her signature blonde hair and sequined clothes. Additionally, Vanna has appeared in cameos in films such as Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Final Insult, where she humorously presents herself in an exaggerated, self-conscious manner that highlights her reputation as a glamorous icon. Her enthusiasm to play these roles demonstrates her amicable acceptance of her fame and her ability to make fun of herself, which makes her admirers find her very appealing. Her influence can also be heard in music. The song "Stuck With You" by Huey Lewis and the News subtly alludes to her on-screen persona, Beyond the Wheel. As she reflects on her incredible career and her decades on the Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White has a lengthy list of things to consider. Throughout her tenure on the show, Vanna has been a consistent presence in American entertainment and a representation of poise and stability. As a testament to her continued success and the respect she enjoys in the industry, Vanna was able to negotiate a 2-year contract extension. The details of the new agreement were not disclosed to the public, but according to TMZ, White received a sizable pay increase in recognition of her vital contribution to the program's success. In 2023, Vanna made headlines when she threatened to quit the show if her requests for remuneration were not met. After years of earning far less than her co-host Pat Sajak, Vanna set out to close this significant pay gap. She reportedly earned $3 million annually, which was a shocking difference from Sajak's $15 million. The letter-revealing co-host was accused of jeopardizing her job to bridge a large pay gap with departing anchor Pat Sajak. In addition to addressing her own income, Vanna's demand for equitable compensation was framed as a more general statement against the gender pay gap in the company. White has made a point of using her pay issue to speak to all women. One account claims she was instrumental in advocating for champions to receive equal pay. Since Pat Sajak announced his retirement at the same time as this action, speculation over the future dynamics of the show's hosting duties was permitted. Beyond the puzzle board, Vanna has an impact. She has taken advantage of her platform to pursue other endeavors, such as Vanna's Choice, which combines her passion for crocheting with her commercial acumen. Her interests and extracurricular pursuits highlight a woman with a wide range of abilities who is constantly looking to grow and engage with her passions. She is a significant philanthropist as well. She is dedicated to giving back to the community and supports a variety of charitable endeavors, such as campaigns to combat heart disease and support pediatric hospitals. Vanna's modesty and self-awareness are what make her reliable despite her celebrity status. She previously remarked, "I do have to know the letters, even though it's not the most intellectual job in the world." Vanna's ability to connect with her audience, whether it's through a letter turnaround or a shared smile, remains one of her most valued skills. Furthermore, she doesn't act as though she hasn't followed other interests. In the entertainment industry, she discovers several opportunities. According to insiders, Vanna is in high demand throughout the city, receiving a variety of enticing job offers from businesses eager to capitalize on her popularity and star power. I was informed by an industry expert that Vanna would do best on a TV chat show. The fact that Vanna could host her own talk show or play other significant roles in TV shows only serves to highlight how highly esteemed she is. She would be a great addition to any network trying to give their lineup some grace and friendliness. But she is using her time whatever she pleases. Her enthusiasm for photography has grown, and she typically uses her travels to capture events. She also has a passion for antique automobiles, having owned a 1957 Thunderbird and a 1982 Rolls-Royce Silver Spur. In addition to cars, she also collects unique souvenirs in her spare time. An interesting part of her personal life is her collection of Barbie dolls, which reflects her love of vintage Americana and nostalgia. Her collecting of rare and limited edition products adds a humorous edge to her interests. On Wheel of Fortune, Vanna's period without Pat represents both a beginning and a conclusion. Vanna's new role is likely to change since Ryan Seast will be taking up hosting duties, but her impact on the show and its audience will endure. When Vanna White completes her chapter on Wheel of Fortune, her fans, both new and old, will undoubtedly follow her wherever she goes. What are your thoughts about Vanna White? Make sure to subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments.